Hello my beautiful friends, it's Amanda here, and today I'm sharing a video I've been working on for quite a while. Now, I filmed this footage before the site-wide sale was going on. There is a 30% off site-wide sale on ColourPop, so this is a great time for this video to come out because if you're looking for some suggestions, this could be a fun way to maybe mix up what you've had on your wish list. So there is a sale right now. If you go to the ColourPop site the day this video is posted, then the prices are going to be a little bit different. I suspect that a lot of things are going to sell out and go out of stock really quickly because of the sale. But just keep in mind, you can always come back to reference this video later, or, maybe you discover something here that you want to put on your wish list and then hopefully it'll come back in stock for you. Also, I want to point out that discount codes won't work during the sale because there's already a great discount on these products. However, if you want to help support your favorite creators, you can shop via our affiliate links, whether that's me or somebody else you want to support. I really appreciate it. I know that my peers, my fellow creators here really appreciate it. So just keep that in mind. If you are going to shop the sale, you can still help support either this channel or somebody else's page or channel if that's something that you're interested in doing. I also just want to make a little side note here because this is a Zodiac sign shopping cart video. This is all just for fun. Some people do get a little, bent out of shape about astrology, and it's really, not that deep. Nobody is going to make a law that you have to follow what your zodiac sign says. It's just for kicks, for enjoyment. We're out here just enjoying constellations and makeup. So if you think that's something that's going to bother you or make you want to make a mean comment towards somebody, then perhaps this isn't the video for you. Completely understand. We all have our own different vibes. We all have our own different journeys and beliefs. So, I'm just saying, it's just supposed to be for fun, even if it's not something that you're into or that you follow. It might just be a cool little exercise to see what makeup I recommend in your Zodiac shopping cart. Basically, just be nice to each other. Many of you may be happy to hear that I am not choosing products based solely on the colors associated with each sign. I know my earth sign friends in particular are going to be excited about this because I know y'all are sick of getting brown all the time. So I am taking the more traditional colors into consideration, but I'm really choosing things more based on those generic traits that are assigned to each zodiac sign. Hopefully that means you will get something a little bit unexpected or a little bit different in your sign's cart. And I also want to say, if you don't feel connected to the selection in your sign's shopping cart, you should try using your Venus sign to style yourself for makeup and clothing. I know this is a popular trend that's been going around. I've seen a couple TikToks about it, and I think that that's a really interesting take too. So if you want to go and find your birth chart and find your Venus sign, it could be that you're more connected to that sign's style. I am doing 4 items in each cart instead of budget this time. I usually do like a shopping cart under $50 or under $100, but this time I wanted to switch it up a little bit and give myself a little bit more leeway. So for each sign, I'm choosing 1 palette, 1 cheek product, 1 lip product, and then 1 wild card. So the price of each cart will vary, but the actual products in there are going to be pretty consistently similar in this way. And I really want to hear, after you see your sign's cart, what is it that you think should be added? Because I do try to make these cohesive, like the 4 products would make a whole look, but I would love to hear what's the 5th thing that you think would really make it perfect for you, or maybe a favorite of yours that you think would vibe really well with your cart. I love to hear your thoughts on things too, and you always have such interesting takes. So as you watch along, be thinking about what you would add to your sign's cart. Let's get started with Aries. This is the first sign in the zodiac, and we're going to talk about both negative and positive traits. The Aries is often called aggressive or combative, but they're usually just being really strong. They're assertive, they're leaders, and because they're the baby of the zodiac, they're associated a lot with new beginnings. Think springtime, think new life. So I really want to find a balance between that spicy, assertive boss leader and really the softness that is associated with new life, that kind of innocence. So we're going to try to find a balance there. I don't want to go just red. I'm not ruling out red, but I really want to do something a little bit more complex for my Aries friends. That's why for the palette, I immediately had one come to mind. It has that spiciness and softness. You can even hear it in the name, Smoke and Roses palette. I think this is the perfect palette for Aries. It has some strong, deep colors. It also has a lot of soft little baby colors. So Smoke and Roses is the perfect pick for my Aries. I want to find something that similarly has that balance for the cheek product. I don't want to go with just a straight up red. I want to do something a little bit more nuanced. I still want to keep that spice, that fire. Now, I have to admit, as I was shopping for a cheek product for Aries, I did a double take on this Woo Me blush. I almost went for that, but I do think that the perfect thing for this blush for this Aries cart is a spicy coral color. This one called Mic Drop. It has that boldness, but it also has something quite soft about it because it is this cream formula. It can be a little bit more sheared out or it can be more dramatic. So we're finding that balance between, boss and baby. Now for lips, again, I didn't want to do just a bright, bold red. Aries always gets kind of pegged with that. And I'm not saying it doesn't fit, but I do think that a different type of red would really fit perfectly with this shopping cart because we are trying to put a little bit of a twist on it. So I went for this deep brownish, almost rusty type of red. This is the Lippy Sticks in Goldie. It's a deeper, richer red, and I think it would work really well with the Smoke and Roses palette looks as well. So I went with Goldie for my lip, and I knew exactly what I needed for my wild card product for Aries. That is a straight up black liquid liner. This one is numero uno, just like Aries is numero uno in the zodiac. You have to be really decisive to use a product like this. You have to be really powerful to use a product like this. And that's why it is the perfect wild card for my Aries. So here is my finished Aries cart. Like I mentioned at the beginning, this sale will not include codes, but if you're shopping at another time after the site-wide sale ends, you can always use my affiliate code. It's just my first name, Amanda, and that will save you 10% off of pretty much everything on the ColourPop site. Next up, we have the Taurus. Now, we all know Taurus is reliable. It's this down-to-earth earth sign, but the flip side is that the Taurus is a very physical sign. They tend to be very flirty, very sensual, and they also tend to love luxury. So I don't really see this Taurus cart being all like just brown and staples. I really think we need to find a balance between those reliable staple type of products that you can count on, like you can count on a Taurus, but they also need to be sexy. They need to be luxurious. We need some indulgence in these products too. So along those lines is how I landed on the palette for the Taurus. I think we need something that is a balance between, kind of staple neutrally colors, but it needs to have a romantic, kind of sexy, kind of luxurious twist. I thought about making mauves. I don't think it's quite what I was looking for this Taurus, but by the rosé, if you want to talk about indulgence meets something that's very reliable, I think By the Rosé is absolutely perfect for my Taurus cart. Now, for the cheek product, I felt like a highlighter was the right move for a Taurus. I didn't want to go blush. I wanted to go with something shiny, something blingy. And I have a bit of a soft spot for the Taurus. I'm married to a Taurus, and my Taurus has a heart of gold. And I just thought that this color looked perfect with the By the Rosé palette. So I'm going with this really cute little heart-shaped highlighter. Of course, you know, you can go with whatever color suits your skin tone, but I'm just building a cart. I'm building this narrative in my brain here. Now, the Taurus cart needs a lip product that is going to be long wearing, but also going to be kiss proof because, like we said, we're balancing a reliable formula with something that's kind of sexy. So I'm going with a blotted lip, and I chose the shade Missin' You just because I felt like it worked well with the other products I already have in my cart. And I think of a Taurus being a little flirty, batting their little lashes. So I think that a Taurus would have a little false lash. So I'm choosing this one called Honey. I think we really captured that balance between really reliable, sort of staple, you can count on me type of products, and that more flirty, more opulent side that the Taurus has as well. So here is my finished Taurus cart. What do you think? I hope that I did you proud, Taurus friends. Now it's time to talk about Gemini. The Gemini is sometimes seen as kind of careless, kind of flippant, or even like two-faced and fake. But I think that oftentimes it's just that the Gemini is really good at seeing the validity in many different points of view. They're very flexible, they're very adaptable, they're very skillful, and they're also often really witty, really fun, really humorous. So, you know, I don't buy the two-faced Gemini narrative at all. And I think that we need to find products that are really bright and fun, but they're also multi-use type of products to reflect that adaptable nature of the Gemini. I have to admit, I was a bit stumped on the palette that I wanted to choose for my Gemini cart. A lot of these signs, I knew right away which palette was going to be perfect for my vision. But Gemini, I really scrolled around quite a bit, and I took my time thinking through the entire look and also the traits that I was trying to portray. And this one caught my eye right away. It did not pop into my mind, but as soon as I saw it, I knew that this Malibu Barbie palette was perfect for what I was looking for. You could do so many different types of looks. I did consider the Lizzie McGuire one, but I like the idea of being able to do neutral looks, coral, bright pink, blue, or mix them together, kind of. I don't think Barbie herself is a Gemini, but she is known for being super friendly and fun, and that's what I was going for from a Gemini. So the Malibu Barbie palette it is, and when we talk about multi-use products, it really made me think that I need a cheek palette for Gemini because then you could use a cheek palette also on the eyes. You could mix it in with the eyeshadow palette, or you could use it all over for a monochromatic eye and cheek look. So I chose this Tea Cakes palette for that adaptability, that flexibility of the product. That same sort of thinking is what led me to choose a glossy lip stain for my Gemini cart. This is the type of lip product that you can wear really sheared out for just a little whisper of color. You can really layer it up and get something opaque. You can wear it glossy. You can blot it and make it more of a stain. So I chose the shade Ice Pop to go with my palette and cheek product selections. Then I wanted to go for a super multi-use product here for my wild card because I just think this is such a Gemini product. It's the Glisten Up Vitamin C Mist. This is skincare, but it also shows up. It has this golden sheen. So it's almost like it adds a whole new layer to the makeup as well while you're getting those skincare benefits. So that's why I chose it for my Gemini wildcard product. We still got a hint of that classic golden yellow for Gemini, but without being too on the nose. Oh man, this video is already so long. We might have to do 2 parts. Okay, let's move on to the 4th sign we're going to talk about. This is Cancer. Now, Cancers are often called defensive. They're hard to get to know. They're crabby, if you will. I'm sorry. But once you get past those defenses, it really seems like Cancers are just protecting themselves because they have so many deep feelings and they really tend to be quite gentle and quite nurturing once you get past that tough outer shell. So we're going to look for products that are maybe hydrating or have skincare type qualities and products that are more complex than they seem, because I think that's really going to suit the idea that we're going for with this Cancer shopping cart. This is one of the signs that I knew right away which palette was going to be perfect. And for Cancer, I went straight to the Truly Madly Deeply palette. This has a ton of different finishes. It has layers. It looks like just a straight up brownish pinky palette, but there are duochromes, there are glitters. It's a lot more complicated than it looks. Plus, like I said, the Cancer is got those deep feelings, so even the name seems to fit. I think this is perfect for my Cancer shopping cart. Next, we need something that is shifty and shiny and maybe has a little bit of a flip to it, a little bit of an unexpected twist to it. So I wanted to go with this Super Shock blush in the shade Chiffon. This has a little bit of a gold shift. It can be worn on the eyes. It can be a blush topper. And it just has a sweetness to it that I felt perfectly fit the complex, gentle, deep feeling Cancer that we're shopping for right now. Next, for lips, I wanted to go for something really nourishing, something, like I said, was going to have a bit of a skincare type quality. So I'm choosing the Gleam On Luxe Lip Oil. I love the idea of a makeup product that's also giving you a skincare benefit. And I know for my wild card, I want a self-care moment. So I went straight to the masks. And I think that the Chill Sesh Hydrating Eye Mask is really going to give our sweet, gentle Cancer the break that they need to just take care of themselves, hash out their feelings, take a deep breath. So that's why I chose the eye masks for the wildcard product. I am so pleased with how this particular cart turned out. I really hope that any of the Cancer signs watching feel the same way, because this is just the exact vision that I had in my head when I started shopping for you. Now, let's move on to the Leos, my fellow fire signs. Personally, I like the Leo energy a lot. Sometimes Leos are called full of themselves, well, all the time. But they're also known for being really warm, really generous. They're great friends. They have a big personality, a big presence. And I think that we need some products that are really bold, but also comfortable, easy to love, just like a Leo is easy to love. Just ask them and they'll tell you how lovable they are. I'm just kidding. I do love you, Leos. Some of my really close friends are Leos and they're a blast. So we need some warm tones. We need some colors that are going to make a statement, but they also need to be those rich, warm, reliable products. And I already knew which palette I was going to go for my Leos. The name says it all. Whatever, a Leo will wear whatever they want. They will do whatever they want. They can have reds, golds, oranges. They can do something really easy breezy. They can do something super bold and flashy. This is the perfect Leo palette, in my opinion. I considered for the cheek product doing a bronzer for the Leo shopping cart, but I really landed on wanting a bold pop of color type of blush. The warmth of a bronzer does make sense for the Leo shopping cart, but for my particular vision today, I do think that a blush makes more sense. We need that pop, we need that announcement, I'm here. We need a little bit of drama, we need a little bit of a statement. And this Super Shock blush in Georgette is great. Actually, any of these blushes here, these more bold, bright blushes would be great for a Leo. But I chose Georgette because I think it's going to go well with the lip I have in mind, as well as that whatever palette that I already added to the cart. Now, my Leo needs a luxe lipstick. We need a lot of opacity. We need a lot of pigmentation. Drama much? I think that says it all. This is the perfect color. It's toasty, it looks great with the other products, and it's a really reliable formula. So I just think it's the perfect thing to go with my Leo cart. And I know, okay, I know that my Leo needs to touch up. We need something with a mirror. I'm not trying to call you out, I'm just saying. The Leo is going to have to be checking up on their look. So I'm going with the Pretty Fresh face powder. This is something that they can touch up on the go. They can keep checking themselves out because you know they look good. They know they look good. And you know what? In a pinch, a Leo can loan you their mirror. They can loan you their powder. If they find you in the bathroom crying, they're going to wipe you up. They're going to touch you up. And they're going to send you back out there with a little fierce pep talk. Can you tell I genuinely have some pretty awesome Leo friends in my life? Okay, that wraps up the Leo cart. Now let's move on to the Virgo cart. I feel like Virgos are very misunderstood. Sometimes they're said to be uptight, they're overly critical. And I think, really, is it their fault that they're just so analytical and they're smart enough to solve all the problems and they're being helpful enough to share all the correct answers all the time? Okay, now seriously, I'm kidding. I love Virgos. I think they're fierce. And I've been called bossy a lot in my life. And I am also often, usually always, right about things. So I really relate to this Virgo trait. And I think that we need to find products that are really practical, but they have impeccable formulas. They are do it all, know it all, on top of everything all the time type of picks. That's what we need for Virgo. And I also really don't want to do a brown palette for Virgo. I get why this color is associated with the Virgo sign, but I think that we can branch out a little bit. We don't have to do this mauve taupe brown type of color scheme. We can do something a little more rich. And that's why I'm choosing the Or Kid You Not palette. I think this is one of the best ColourPop palettes. I think it always turns out amazing looks. You're never going to go wrong with this palette, just like a Virgo will never be wrong about anything in their entire life. So that's why I chose the Or Kid You Not palette. The cheek product is where I decided to bring in the more traditional earthy brown type of tones. I want to do a bronzer for Virgo, and I think that this is a good choice because you can use a bronzer on your eyes, you can use it on your cheeks, you can use it on the body, and the compact is really practical because it has a mirror, so you can use it for touch-ups. This just feels like the right move. I think a Virgo would forego blush and highlighter for like a really chiseled cheek, a really diva type of look. So that's why I chose a bronzer for my Virgos. And I do think that a Virgo would be the type of sign that's like, okay, if I can choose just one listing for a lip product, then why would I choose a single lip product? Why have one when I can have a whole set? So I think one of these lippy sticks and lippy pencil pairing sets is perfect. It just depends on what type of look you want to go for and what your skin tone is. I think that one of these is the perfect pick for Virgo. You can have your cake and eat it too sometimes. So that's why I chose a lip set instead of a single lip product. And when we're talking about getting things done, when we're talking about being reliable, and also, the very incredibly practical choice of choosing a set instead of a single product, I think this is perfectly Virgo. The Eyes for You set, you get an eyeshadow primer and a mascara, 2 for 1 as far as adding a wildcard product goes. You have everything you need for multiple looks. You are covering the practical side of products as far as having a primer, a bronzer, a mascara. There's not as much whimsy, but it's still not just a bland, boring, brown, neutrals type of shopping cart. And I think this is really the way to go for Virgo. Okay, so here's the deal. This video is out of hand, super, super long. I'm going to break it into 2 parts. I promise you, I am going to finish part 2 right now. I'm going to upload these back to back. I'm going to do it as quickly as humanly possible. But if I make a super, super long video, it will take a million years to process and upload onto YouTube. And also, my watch time will be garbage and it will really just mess up all of the days and days of work I've put into creating this video. So I promise you, I swear, I am finishing part 2 right now. Like before you even see this part 1 video uploaded, part 2 is already done. I promise. So keep an eye out or just literally click to the next video. I promise I'm going to post it as soon as humanly possible, probably today, same day. All right. Don't yell at me. Please, I love you so much. If you didn't get your sign here, then it's coming. I swear, I love each and every one of your faces, and I will be back in another video, like literally right now. So thank you for understanding. Thank you for your patience. I love your face. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.